The Curse of the Pharaohs, alleged to be cast upon anyone who disturbed the mummies of ancient Egypt. This curse, which does not differentiate between thieves and archaeologists, is claimed to cause bad luck, illness, or death, with it famously claiming the lives of at least 20 people associated with the opening of King Tut's tomb. However, could the cause for the curse have a more elemental origin? Rather than a spell, could their illnesses have been caused by rooting around in the dirt and sands across Egypt for many decades? Ones actually caused by radiation poisoning? We have melted steps found within Dendera Temple, strange and curious copper handles thought by many to have been ancient cathodes upon Gantenbrink's door. Could these anomalies be evidence suggesting the existence of a past meltdown within Egypt? One which caused the disappearance of the pyramid builders themselves? Carter famously performed many tests on the artifacts he would find, even swabbing the air to ensure there was no curse. But he was limited by the science of the time, and while the air he breathed was indeed safe, he could not detect the dangers of radiation. And according to a new study published in the Journal of Scientific Exploration, the source of this radiation has now been found. Locations within Giza and also Saqqara have now been found to have background radiation still 10 times over the safety threshold, with massive deposits of ancient uranium now found to have somehow once leached into the many walls of the mastabas, which dot the surround of the Great Pyramids. These predictably once just argued away as ancient tombs. However, why such massive amounts of an element known to be used in nuclear reactors is present here also predictably escapes mainstream explanation. Many ancient pyramids across the globe, such as within Bosnia or the series of buried Great Pyramids once investigated within Crimea, have been shown to each emit strange energy fields. These strange characteristics found at differing pyramids at differing times within history, with individuals arriving at similar conclusions, of them possibly once having been used to generate electricity. Quote, the two locations were both in the tunnels under Pharaoh Khafre's Valley building in what is known as the Osiris Tomb Shaft. Here, two stone coffers were shown to be intensely radioactive, the interiors of the coffers even more so than the outside. It looked a lot like something that emitted a strong radiation had been placed in these two containers. Similar storage areas known as magazines under Djoser's pyramid in Saqqara also emitted radiation. The area looks to have been once filled with hundreds of pots, their contents unanalyzed and unknown. The study believes that these pots and the other storage containers are filled with uranium-235, known as yellow.
Strange metals are attributed to furnace activity. Yet I hope more investigation into this clearly huge and perplexing site is undertaken. How could this strange object possibly have come to be resting, broken into fragments within an Oklahoma forest? Another strange object, made from a similar anomalous mineral metallic-like material, is the ancient Baltic Sea anomaly. Are both of these strange artifacts ancient spaceships? More details regarding David and Sue's curious discovery is clearly needed. We will keep you posted.
Is there a network of prehistoric pyramids complete with sphinx hidden beneath the earth within? The system would be approximately 16,000 years old, with his instruments also revealing that from the top of the structure, 3 beams of energy emanated at frequencies 900 times 10 to the 9th Hertz, 700 times 10 to the 9th Hertz, and 500 times 10 to the 9th Hertz. Around the pyramid, a field of 10 times 10 to the 9th Hertz was also recorded. Further research and confirmation of the locations and indeed energy anomalies surrounding these structures is desperately needed. Are we witnessing another cover-up and denial just like that, experienced
for human habitation on the moon? We can help. We can join with. Together, we can explore the moon and develop the moon.
BC, and have cultural links with many other Polynesian peoples across the Pacific. Yet the origins of these alien-esque statues remains a perplexing mystery. The Red Planet. Although many people assume it to be the closest planet to our own, it is in fact Venus which comes closer to the Earth during its orbit around our star. Mercury is the closest planet not only to Earth, but to every other planet in the solar system at one time or another. Yet these giants barren landscapes incapable of supporting life. This reality is partly why Mars is so often the focus of man's attention in regard to our solar system's planetary bodies. With a partial atmosphere, and thanks to the Mars rovers, proven to possess water, it is a far less violent planet, not scorched like Mercury, or filled with toxins like Venus. As such, for many years now, as the human population has exploded and modern technology has made self-sustaining, isolated life-supporting systems a reality, the search for suitable places for future colonization of the solar system has become a more and more popular subject of study. One of the most important additional factors for possible candidates for this exploration of space is the planet's distance from the Sun, nicknamed the Goldilocks zone. Just like porridge being just right, Mars is located within a specific distance from the Sun capable of sustaining life. And although space agencies and other fields of funded institutions staunchly deny the possibility of it once having been inhabited, possibly even by man himself, dismissing such ideas as preposterous, Mars's desolate red oxide landscape is in fact uncannily similar to Earth's possible future appearance, if humans were to continue unsustainable activities or a cataclysmic event were to occur. Thus, is it so preposterous to ponder the possibility that the planet we see before us today was in fact transformed into its lifeless form by an event or possibly past insatiable appetites for its resources by an ancient civilization which once called it home? Could the Cambrian explosion, the sudden appearance of advanced life on our planet, be evidence of terraforming? Could there have also been a similar, yet now hidden mammalian explosion, indicating our own sudden arrival here on Earth after it artificially became capable of sustaining us? An orchestrated introduction of a complex food chain by ancient man, who were in reality Martians. We have in the past covered some very strange occurrences on Mars, one in particular suggesting that possible black operations to colonize the Red Planet are already underway. The Mars rovers were given an expected lifespan of just 90 days. This estimation was based upon the notorious dust storms which choke its surface. Yet Spirit lasted an incredible 7 years, surviving until 2010, and Opportunity only recently ceased operation. This remarkable longevity, solely a result of what has become known as cleaning events, which for 14 years were repeatedly experienced and documented. Yet what is most curious regarding these events is that they always occurred while the rovers were offline. In July 2007, during the fourth mission extension, severe Martian dust storms blocked sunlight to the rovers and threatened the ability of the craft's survival. However, when the dust storms lifted and the rovers came back online, something had cleaned them of nearly all debris. On May 1, 2009, during its fifth mission extension, Spirit became stuck in the soft soils of Mars. Strangely, it seems, because the rover was not moving, it missed subsequent cleaning events. Did our mysterious helper assume it had died? Join us in our next video, which will be an expose of artifacts, features, ancient testimonies, and satellite anomalies, and many other factors which support the conspiracy of secret Martian inhabitation, supporting the hypothesis of an ancient Martian civilization that once called our red neighbor home. Evidential arguments we find highly compelling.